Again, my name is Paul, but it is pronounced a workshop or training session. I hope things really well. Today we'll cover web and V sound, as well as H and voice as sound. Just a reminder, all of the material in the video also in the training progress later on. Let's get started. In the last session, we talked about affixation with TH sound. Where the sound make affixation. We're today going to cover affixation again, and this time with F and V sound. The F and V sound are paired consonants. They're both exactly the same way, just as the unvoiced and the V sound is voiced. They are both avoided by contact the upper teeth to the lower lip, as soon as feel biting down on the lower lip. Like that, they remember all the voice, the vocal cord here are vibrating to making the sound. So the F sound is unvoiced, same like this, and the V sound is voiced, like this. Correctly pronouncing is to make speech much clearer, like the TH sound from the last session. F and G are friction sound and the not loud. So we check this out. This can be clearly heard. Look at the F sound in the word foot. Make the right position by biting on the lower lip. But see, they very friction. Therefore, you do not hear F clearly as a time like foot. And no good. Let me show what you need to do. First, think of the words have two beats. 1, 2. Hold the F sound for the first 4 beats. Foot. Like that, do it again. Foot. I know that exactly, but you get the idea. You need to hear affixation and practice the F's one beat. Foot. What in the beginning F? Here we go. Fine. Finally. Family. Freedom. Laugh. Telephone. Come in. Telephone. Next word. Symphony. Ralph. Rough. Let's work on the paragraph. Do you feel like a physical wreck? Are you fed up with your feeling of fatigue? Have you had enough of feeling rough? Why don't you fight fever with Farah French, a medicine that is taught on flu? Very good. Okay, now let's talk about the V sound. First of all, like the F sound, don't make the V sound too short. Let's look at the word vote. You got to check out the V like this. Vote. Are hearing the long Z sound we doing. Now depend on the nature language, the V sound for W sound. Be careful not to do the word not what. Vote. Every that will see in English made with the lip binding position. When you see the never W sound, always vote. Respect some word in the V sound. Vine. Oven. Evaluate. Voice. Travel. River. Every. Love. alive. Live. The last word live is very different from the word lift, like from the cheese on voice F. The word is live with the voice V. Keep the voice single whole words and vowel V. Leave, like just. If you start the voicing at the end with vowel E, this is the same leave. With the unvoiced try to say is leave with the voice V's. Okay, now let's look at the pair of words F and V. You will see the voicing. You can completely change the meaning of the word. Here you go. Feel, will, safe, save, fart, vat, fine, vine, face, vice, fun, fent, fen, ven, foul, vowel, proof, prove. Okay, now we're going to work on listening exercises and year change. I am going to display some words with this sound. However, some words will be said correctly and some are incorrectly. I want you to listen carefully to my pronunciation of the voicing of the voice. You can tell if I say the word correctly or incorrectly. Here we go. Here's the first one. Stove. I cook dinner on hot stove. I cook dinner. Not. I should have said stove. I cook dinner on a hot stove. And the voice 5, 3, 4, 5. 5, correct. I said 5. The voice live. I'm in a hurry and I need to leave. Not correct. It's not leave on the unvoiced S. I should have said leave with the voice V sound. Visa. She just received her international visa. Visa with the unvoiced S. I should have said visa. It's a voice V. Living. I am living in a house. I am living in a house. Living. That's correct. Okay, now you repeat these phrases. A famous athlete, a food vendor, the foreign service, summer vacation, vocabulary test, over the rainbow, our first victory, Harvard University, husband and wife, very well done. Good. Now you repeat the sentence with me. Her promotion in the firm was well deserved. There was only one survivor on the island. Steve noticed that an olive juice must have stained his sleeve. The cheese vendor was selling souvenirs to tourists. Dave gave me his car so that I could drive on New Year's Eve. There were several dents in the rear fenders. Tom placed several tomatoes from the vine into a basket. Very good. Now we are talking about English, so we know all exception revision. I would like to show you what I call the up exception. makes this like even though the word of is the F with voice V. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. For example, statue of statue of liberty. You see, if voice is made of wood. It made of wood. It's made of wood. Like that. Very good. Okay, now go something news. Let's talk about SSS sound and voice First, to make the SS sound, we bring the mid for words, keep it open, and lift the teeth slightly apart. Throw and produce the sound. It's the easy sound. What you made some words in English that are listed with the letter S and the pronoun is a sound. Words like sugar, sure. To make things even more difficult, there are a couple of the words that are spelled is she, it, and often pronounced with C sound. Words like shape, Chicago, shape, having over this word. C, sugar, sure, shadow, sheep, shirt, shoe, shape, Chicago, shape. Now reach the cheese sound in the middle word. You know the many different spelling for this sound, but the sound is always the same. Here we go. Nation, motion, mission, special, reputation, official, machine, fishing, insurance, sunshine, ocean, tissue, addition, subtraction, rust, this, established, splash, iris, fresh, finish. The fishing trip was planned, and we left to go to the ocean. Were the chef ashamed to use the precious sugar? Sharon gave a special performance. He will be stationed in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. She went to a fashion show after taking a shower. Fashion show. Seashells by the seashore. The social club was praised for their cooperation. Zhou's weather machine shows a sharp drop in air pressure, especially offshore. Ships in motion on the ocean should be sure to use caution. To produce the sound, first make with the sound and the everything. Like G. Now for some people, they make it a little bit practice. You should feel the vibrato here in this instructor. Believe or not, it's a very important sound in American English. Many non-English speakers mispronounce the words with the sound, especially the word usual and unusual. Very common. Even some pronounce the words usual and unusual. And telling you not being understood. Let me so pronounce the words usual correctly. Practice up three you or or need to be voiced. Usual, 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 unusual, 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 usual. Let's practice some words. It prepares your hand right here and to show the vibration. Here we go. Vision, visual, conclusion, idea, version, division, casual, television. There are only a few words that avoid this sound at the end. Page, the color, base, massage, prestige. It's not unusual for people to study division in Asia. I usually use a measuring cup to measure erosion. The paste was the usual color in the Chesuring building. You find in the work series listing consider usual and case to be unusual. For practice, having the answer with the answer out loud before sentencing, like this. It's usually hot in summer, and it's unusual for me to be late for an appointment. Wait watch the training session again. You find very probably helpful.